Good afternoon. Activists and political parties have gathered outside the Krugersdorp Magistrate's Court ahead of the appearance of more than 80 suspects who were arrested over the weekend. The suspects were arrested following the gang rape of 8 young women who were part of a production crew shooting a music video. They were working on a site near a mine dump in Krugersdorp, west of Johannesburg, when the attack took place on Thursday. According to police, the gun-wielding attackers took turns raping the women and robbed them of their belongings as well. 83 suspects were nabbed following the attack, many of them on allegations of illegal mining, possession of explosives, stolen goods, illegal firearms and ammunition, as well as contravention of the Immigration Act. Police say some of them may be linked to the gang rape. SABC News reporter Hasina Gori is in Krugersdorp. Let's cross to her for more. A very good afternoon to you, Hasina. What's happening where you are?
Good afternoon, Nzinga. When we last spoke, there was still a large crowd outside the Magistrate's Court while we waited for the appearance of these suspects. What we can confirm now is that 85 foreign nationals will be appearing here at the Magistrate's Court, at the Immigration Court. So far, when I was inside a court, only one suspect had been called at that time. The Magistrate Khan has put in some stringent rules for the media. We're not allowed to show any audio, visual pictures or images of the suspects, as the ID parade has not been done as yet. Also, the suspects cannot be named, as well as any characteristics that would identify them be allowed to be shared. So what we can confirm is that 85 suspects, they're foreign national males, will be appearing here at the court. So far, the first one was called. He was facing charges on the contravention of the Immigration Act. The matter was adjourned shortly to allow for the state to give clarity and let the court know when exactly will the ID parade take place. The magistrate was quite ardent in making sure he knew when exactly that would happen, so the investigating officers were ensuring that information was supplied to the court, and we're hoping to continue. Each of the suspects are being called individually, so it's going to be quite a long process. So far, the only we know is that they're all facing the contravention of the Immigration Act. The state is also trying to get more information and investigating any link to that gang rape incident that took place last Thursday here at the abandoned mine dump in the west of Johannesburg in Krugersdorp. We've heard from the community members, from political parties, as well as just activists in the community, really saying that this has been an ongoing issue in the area, that they've been calling for help from authorities, both provincial, local, as well as national government, and they feel that they've been really ignored, as they've brought all these issues forward. We've spoken to one community member who was really fearful for their life, saying that this is their normal everyday occurrence for them, that they live in fear, they are being terrorized by these illegal mining activities. One community member also telling us that they don't believe that the suspects that are currently incarcerated are the suspects that actually perpetuated that act of violence against those women. We're still waiting on the DNA that was collected both from the scene as well as from the suspects to see if any one of them are actually linked to that rape. When we spoke with the police minister yesterday, he gave assurance that the backlog in DNA was not a thing that will bring any delays to the case, and that they hope by the end of the week that the DNA evidence will be concluded, and they'll be able to know for certain whether any of these 83 were part of Thursday's acts, and they will then face those charges. Also this morning, the police ministry's Lorenzo did tell SAFM that they did find some of the stolen goods on some of these suspects, but we're waiting yet to see if any of these suspects will be charged with anything more than just being foreign nationals and not having the proper documentations to be in the country. We're also hoping to hear from the mayor, who unfortunately had to leave. There's been another incident in the area with regards to shooting, so he's gone there. However, he will be speaking to us and also visiting the site. He says later in the day. There have been calls that the illegal mining activity on the West Rand has been an issue for almost 7 years, with many of these mines being abandoned by the companies and really then been occupied by these illegal miners, and they're saying that this has become a hive for criminality in the area. So the mayor has told us that they're hoping to start operations to close up these abandoned mines, but they want to ensure that there isn't anyone in the trenches and in any of these little caves where these illegal miners do live in and go down underground from before they close it up. So there's operations being done to clear up this and clean up this area, and hopefully the community says that this will bring about some change. But for now, we're going to go back into court and see how many of those 85 suspects have since been processed, and when the matter will be then postponed to for that ID parade to be concluded and ongoing investigations to also be concluded before more charges then are laid. But for now,